Now, I know this is the 29th, and yesterday, for some crazy reason, I was unable to get on. I was like, are you serious? I have been trying and trying and trying. I couldn't get on till just now. And I had to call my internet provider and ask them to help me because I was struggling. So they finally got me back online and it took forever. So here I am. You're like, oh my gosh, you are so late. I know, but the truth will be revealed. Isn't that what the title says? That's being truthful. That's what happened. So before we go further, I have two sponsors. And of course, I want to pray. Then we'll talk about the sponsors. Then we'll talk about the message. And then we're going to see. I'm going to see what's going to go on here because we still have an issue with this internet. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. And so, like I said, it just came back on. So it's giving me issue. It's giving me an issue. Yes, it is. Uh, well, I'm going to do my best. If not, if it goes off, I'll have to come back. So, for now, I will just go on ahead through. I don't know what my internet's doing something wonky again, but hey, I don't know. So, we'll see how this goes. So, let's go ahead and pray, and hopefully, it will calm down. So, let's pray. Gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you for this time. Lord, I just pray that you help me to get through this, Lord God, and help me get through these technical challenges with this internet. And Lord, I just pray that something that's shared would be helpful to somebody else. And Lord, just help me to stay on this straight and narrow, and Lord, take things out of me that don't even represent you and that are not even anything like you. Lord, I pray for my kids and that you help me with them, Lord God, to continue to raise it in your ways, Lord God. Lord, I just need your help each and every day. Lord, I'm thankful and grateful for what you have provided for me. Thank you for your saving grace and your mercy, Lord. Thank you for salvation. Thank you for everything you don't give me as I deserve. So, Lord, I pray that someone would get something from this message on today. And Lord, I'm very thankful. In the name of your son, Jesus, I pray. Okay, let's see here. Still doing it. Hang on 1 second, guys. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Still acting up. I don't know what it's doing. Well, I'll do my best. I'll figure it out. Okay, it's doing it again, y'all. So hopefully you guys just bear with me. I hope it'll stay good. This internet is doing what it wants to do. So anyway, the sponsors I have is me a first, not just the gift to find God's love, guilt, and shame, but the bookmarks that I made a brand new one today. And so during my little break time, I made one. So I'm going to share that with you guys here now. You can't really see it. Well, put it up close as I can. Let's see here. Maybe if I go like this here, I have to take a picture of it. But it says right here, start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. And then out down here it says start today. Can't really see it. It's like have to like there you go. There we go. And then on the back, you see it's got beads on the tassel. And this side, let's turn at an angle. So this says here, today I choose joy. And this one says, you are so much stronger than you think. I had to look at it because I'm reading it sideways. So yeah. So I made a little bookmark today. So, and I make a lot of these. I just haven't been doing it for a while, but it's like so cute to go with the book. So anyway, that is the sponsor. Me and my bookmarks. And then this sponsor here. This is Suave Cocoa Shea Lotion, which you guys have on the lotion. So we're gonna have a scripture, and the truth will be revealed, as it always is. And you know, I have decided to have some radical acceptance for some things. I know it's gonna be challenging, but hey, it's all good. So we'll see what this goes on. But one thing I do know is you're running for something, you're chasing after something, and the word is very clear that you can't serve two masters. And once again, I've said it, Pastor Jay echoes that all the time. There's nothing wrong with going after your dreams and searching and going for your ambitions. There's nothing wrong with that. But as a believer and us going for our dreams and our goals as well, we got to make sure that it is in line with what the word is saying, right? We have to make sure that we have everything in the proper priority, right? We're not just saying money first, God maybe, or secondary. Like he has to be first in all things, right? And we talk about getting your vertical right, right? If you're good with him, everything else horizontally works out. Your career, your relationships, everything else in this area here will be okay. But if this isn't right, if your vertical is not right, nothing horizontally is going to go right. You can affirm all day, you can say you are this all day. If it's not going to be what you think, especially if you are a believer specifically. That's what I'm talking about. If you're a believer, you definitely know you have to be in line and have your priorities set. So the word says in Matthew 6, verse 24, it says, no one can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will be loyal to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon, meaning money, right? And loving one and hating the other. You're going to go chase after the other one. And if you're a believer, we have to be very careful about that because there's nothing wrong with the money, but it is the love of money that is the root, right? We're dealing with the seeds and weeds and flowers, the root cause of a thing, right? Same thing with murder. The root cause of the seed of the hatred and the anger that festered and grew from the thought into an action, into a behavior, right? That emotion attached, then that person went and took that anger out to go and kill another. It's the Cain and Abel story, right? So just being cognizant of those things, we have to guard our minds and guard our hearts in what we're doing. Okay, so anytime you see those things going on in your heart, I hope that you're doing a heart check, right? You're doing a self-evaluation. Am I in the faith? Am I running for the right things, or am I chasing the wrong things? What am I doing, right? And we want to be always cognizant and mindful that we keep God first foremost with everything we're doing. If Jesus is not priority, what are we doing, believers, brothers and sisters? What are we doing? because we're supposed to be sharing the gospel and the good news. And we want to make sure that we are in line doing our part too, right? We want to make sure that we're doing our part and that we're checking ourselves out to make sure that we are not out there somewhere in left field doing the wrong thing and then telling people you ought to go this way, but you're teaching them to do as you say, not as you do, right? We want to be even keel when we tell somebody what they're doing. We want to make sure we're doing the same thing as well. So if you're telling them don't go chasing after money and all you do is sit up there chasing money, don't be contradictory and don't be hypocritical, right? Don't do something totally different. And then you're telling them, well, you need to walk the straight and narrow, but you're not walking the straight and narrow, right? So we want to be cognizant of that. So while I was saying the truth will be revealed is because the truth has been for me in a lot of ways. And I'm very thankful for that. And yes, I'm up very late because for some of you coming back via right now or via the replay, I hope that you know that I'm glad that you're here and internet is a thing, right? If it's not working, you're not getting on. Whether it's by your landline or your internet provider at your home or by the cell phone. If they're both not working, you don't have nothing. So that's what went on with me. All of a sudden, the cell phone internet did not want to work, and my other home service provider was not working either. So I said, you know what? There is something wrong. I'm supposed to be on at 11:30, 11:45-ish my time, and I could not get on at all. But perhaps it was a reason I couldn't get on. I don't really know what that was. All I know is I was frustrated. But I'm here now, so I'm happy about that. And so as I was sharing with those of you here, there's always something good that happens when the Lord is in the midst, right? Keeping everything just going in the natural order of things. So I'm excited anyway. I'm excited. I know I should be up because I gotta get up in like a few hours to go do my walking, but it probably won't make a difference. But I probably won't go to bed. So I'll just get up and go do what I gotta do. But I was thinking this, excuse me, this entire time that I might have had my priorities wrong because I was running for money. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get this money. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And then the way I was trying to do it, I was hurting my family, right? To get into programs that people say you need to be in, but your kids are suffering. No, or I'm not doing that. So and so I said, well, you're not really committed. No, you're not committed. Okay. I'm committed to making sure my kids have what they need. And I'm going to do whatever that takes, which, of course, I recently been blessed with a job. So that's one of the things that I have to do. And so it's like, oh, you're working for the man. You had to get a job. Well, I have to do something. I can't sit around here complaining about my situation and not change it, right? So we got a problem, we need to change it. Instead of sitting up there complaining, I can't complain no more. I don't want to do those things. I don't want to complain. If I got a bad situation, we can make a change and make a difference. And we have the opportunity, once again, seeds, weeds, and decisions. You have a decision to make. Hey, I have a decision to make. Am I going to continue to complain or am I going to do something about the situation? Now, certain people have different things going on for them. And that's okay. I have a crazy ex-husband that's out there doing the most. And when I say doing the most, I mean doing the utmost. Okay. Oh yeah, and for once again, for those who don't know, his name is James Robert Drake. Just put that out there because we're still getting getting ready to wrap up Domestic Violence Month. But I want you guys to be very clear what I'm going to do. Continue to talk about it and never stop. Just because October fleets away, I will continue talking about it in November, December, January, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, and back to October. I will be doing it all the time because it doesn't just go away because October disappears and you think it's gone away. No, it doesn't go away. And it is also called IPB. IPB for some of those of you who are like, what? What's DV and what's IPB? IPV means intimate partner violence, and DV just is the abbreviation for domestic violence, okay? But they mean the same thing, okay? So most of the most accepted term now is IPV because it covers everybody. So I just wanted to share that because there is truth. There is truth out there, and the word is truth. And if you're running for the truth, you don't have to worry about anything. And I know our circumstances and situations will come that will cause you to like wonder, you'll be challenged. You're like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. But the word says, Matthew 6:33, it says, but seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. So once again, that's your horizontal, right? Your horizontal is what you're looking for after you got your vertical right, right? If you got things going together with the Lord, you don't have to really worry. You know, there are going to be challenges, there's going to be storms that come, but you won't have to worry because God's got your back in all of it. You don't have to sit up there and fret. You don't have to wonder, does the Lord have my back? How I'm going to make it? You'll make it because you're always going to make it when you have the Lord. It may be rough, but you're going to get through, right? And sometimes people don't understand when they say, you know what, you've gone through this before, just do what you got to do. Certain situations you can't not speak like that because certain situations demand a little bit of sensitivity, empathy, and understanding, right? It demands a little bit more of emotional intelligence, not just saying stuff because it might sound good, like not that part, okay? So that was what I found to be very unique and interesting, and I didn't want to worry anymore. And through this entire time, finding out the side of my family with my father's side who doesn't play me, not really because he hasn't been around for all those years. But I know that I'm here for a purpose and God has me, because God is a father to the fatherless. And I have another father who stepped in to provide, and I'm very grateful and thankful for that because he didn't have to, right? He didn't have to take care of that man's responsibility, which he just reneged on and just disappeared into oblivion. But I'm okay. I'm okay with working to process how I'm going to move and navigate these new waters. It's not every day you come into a whole group of family members in your life and you've never met them before. I'm just now getting to know a sister who's in St. Louis, another sister in Vegas, another sister I can't talk to because she's young and she's 19, and then a whole host of brothers, six of them. Like, what the what? So I happen to be at the moment the oldest of all the girls, and I'm not sure, but there could be more of us out there just hanging out, just wondering. It just so happened that I wanted to find him. I wanted to hear his voice, and I also wanted to see him. Well, now I've seen him. I know where I got my looks from, and I know what he looks like. And now I can put that to bed. I may never get the truth about what has happened to get to the moment of my conception, but that's okay. Eventually, the truth will be revealed, but I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to pry, and I'm not going to go chase after my bio father. That's one thing I'm not going to do. So I've laid that down. At first, when I got all that information, it was very, very hard. And I'm not going to say that I'm not still dealing with it because, walking the other day, Man, tears just came and I wasn't even trying to have any. But it's hard when you hear all these things people have said to you over the years. Some of that stuff can hurt. And they say words don't hurt. Yes, they can. Because people can use them in such a way that they use them to spitefully use and abuse you. As the word says, you have to love those who spitefully use and abuse you. And people have their own agenda to use you. It's not for your benefit, it's for their benefit. It will always benefit them. But when you take your power back, I talked about that years ago when I had left my situation. You have to take your power back. You have to take that back, that which God has given to you, right? Whom the Son sets free is free indeed. Don't let anybody put you back in bondage, being a slave towards them and being a slave for them. Don't let them have you in bondage emotionally, physically, spiritually. Don't let them have you in bondage for anything because you're free. But you have to understand, you have to stand up and you have to take that stuff back. And for me, it was a challenge. And like I said, I'm not totally over the anger. I know I have not held it up as much. And day by day, as the Holy Spirit will continue to grant me mercy in those areas, the Lord is working on me. He's definitely working on me to not have that stuff sit there and not focus on the lies that was told to me over a period of time. I'm still a child of the Most High God. I am, and I'm thankful. I don't know if any of you have gone through that. And if you have, I'm sure it hasn't been easy finding out you have other brothers and sisters from another side of your family and not really being wanted on either side. Not really. If you be honest, not. See, when I was in the military, I was going through a challenge there. The one thing that I can say that I had when everything was still going weird is the Bible. I only had the anytime I've ever been in a tough spot, all I have is the Lord. I've only ever had that. When people turn their back on me, friends talk about me disappear, and things are just not right. That's all I've ever had. That's my comfort. The word is my comfort. If I only have that, that's it. And if I get put on an island, just give me my Bible. I'll be fine. And I figure out a way to make some water or purify water, not make water, but purify the water. But if I have that, we're supposed to hide the word in our hearts. But we hide the word in our hearts so we can't sin against it, right? Because the truth is always going to be revealed. The Lord makes it so. And I was so glad when he did. It hurt, but the Lord revealed it to me quicker than I could turn my head around and be like, look at he split. Here's what you've been praying for. And I'm gonna give it to you at this time. God doesn't always grant us what we want at the time when we want it, but he does deliver certain things, right? So you get a yes, a no, and maybe you get a wait. You might not get a maybe, you might get a wait. So mine wasn't no, it was just a wait. You'll come around or you'll find him. And sure enough, I found him. I don't regret finding him because I was looking for him for a purpose. I need to know, who are you? Are we gonna have a relationship? I don't really know about that. I can't speak to that. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna have a relationship with him. It doesn't seem like he wants to have one with me. So, like I said, I'm not gonna go track him down. I'm not gonna go chase him down. I'm not gonna call him because listen, one thing that I know is I'm good. He ain't been around for 41 years. He's not gonna start now. So I'm not tripping. I was just going off the emotion of just finding out all this stuff. Seeds, weeds, and flowers. The decisions. Picking and choosing what you want to do. That includes your priority. If you are chasing after the Lord, are you chasing after the world? You're chasing after what the world says is beauty, what the world says is glory, what the world says is right, what the world says is acceptable. You're chasing after the world standards and you will fall. You chase after the world standards, you will get the world's rewards. When you chase after the things of the Lord, you get those rewards, the spiritual rewards, the rewards that do not disappear, rewards that are stored up in heaven as treasures, not this stuff that's fleeting. And sometimes we got people in the digital bushes that continue to be digital peeping toms, and they do it all the time, and that's okay. They can peep and be a digital peeper, but at the end of the day, I don't have to hide who I am, and I don't have to keep being hidden. And my sister shared to me something from David Banner, and I didn't get to see all of it, but I saw a little bit of it. And he was saying, our parents hid us, and we hid some of our stuff. We're hiding children, we're hiding fathers, we're hiding mothers. Why are we hiding these people? I don't know. I don't know why there's a generation that likes to hide the truth. They don't want you to know what's going on, and they sure are not going to volunteer the information. I'm not the only one dealing with that. I found a few people dealing with hidden information, and they would rather people on either side start dying so that all that information that you would need hits the grave and you shall never find out. It's just very sad. Because you have a right to know about your history, your lineage, where you come from. But our own family members deny us the right because of whatever dirt they did. I didn't tell you to do that. You did that on your own. So now that you've done your dirt, kind of own your stuff and say what's up. That's one thing we don't do. And I have been guilty of doing that sometimes. Like my kids, and I take their candy. Mommy, I didn't take it. That's a very little lame example. But for the bigger ones, like if I had extra kids out there, I wouldn't want to hide them. I'd say, you know what? I do not know who your dad is. I don't know. Well, how did I come to be? Was I made in a petri dish? What happened? How did I come to be? People want to know where they come from. That has always been something that's in in humanity, in the human mind. Where did I come from? When this is an age-old question, there's a whole bunch of age-old questions. Why am I here? Where did I come from? What is my purpose? Those questions, they ring for everybody. Eventually, you wake up one day asking some of those questions, and one of those questions is going to hit you. Why am I here? Where did I come from? What is my purpose? You're going to ask that. And if you want to know where you came from and you have family members not telling you, that's going to bother you. And you're going to keep asking, where did I come from? 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 Sometimes that stuff in the back of how you were created, and I'm not talking about the physicality of it, but the mindset of the parents and their mannerisms and how they move. Sometimes that plays into how you are. And you can, of course, choose to make better decisions. But some things could be good that you got from them, but you still want to know where you come from. You want to know the original, right? You don't know a shadow of well, this could kind of be person. No, I want to know the original. Who is that mother? Who is that father? Where do I come from? So that's why I said the truth will be revealed in time. The Lord makes everything plain, right? Now we could just trust the Lord that He's going to reveal in time because the Lord will have no reason to lie, and He's not going to, right? God is not a man that He should lie. So the truth is going to be revealed. He's going to drop some truth, and as hard as it is, it's going to be to our benefit eventually, right? And I don't know what this is going to do for me. I have no idea what knowing all these other family members is going to do, or if it does nothing, or if it changes nothing. I don't know. I don't know. Mm. But what I will say is that God is a good God. He's truly a good God. And when people don't care about that, and I'm up at this late hour, should be go to sleep, people want to make you feel like you're not doing the best you can, and because you're not studying what they want you to study and all that stuff. I can't. I still have some study I had to do for a new job and all this training, and I got to do that and then get up early and go do that after I walk. Right? I gotta finish that. I gotta finish all my trainings because I got a lot of modules. But I'm thankful. I'm not complaining. I'm thankful, and I'm doing, and I knock them out. So I just wanted to share that with you guys on today. The truth will be revealed. God will reveal the truth eventually. It comes out. The lie can't be hidden forever. Eventually it gets uncovered. And remember, during all of that, you keep your vertical right. The horizontal will make sense. Nothing wrong with having amazing, great things. Just make sure your priorities right, right? Make sure it's God first before anything else. And for all of you that enjoy listening, I thank you so much for coming over and taking some time with me because I appreciate that. I do. And I do apologize for my internet not being up to par because it was a nightmare. I've never been unable to do anything with this internet. It was crazy. It was what is going on? Chalking that up to technology issues only, not saying anything else. It was just technology. So when technology works, it's great. When it doesn't work, it's bad. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys are going to have a blessed day today. This is early morning. It is 2 o'clock in the morning in the AM. So when you catch this, hey, you might already be up in your area at 5 o'clock in the morning on EST. And maybe you're going to enjoy what you are watching. But I hope you will. And don't forget, Podcast Connect Network. That is the club for the clubhouse on Saturday. We'll be talking about wrapping up domestic violence for the club and then breast cancer. And then I'm going to think about what we're doing for November. I'm not sure we're going to hit with cuffing season in there, but we might just use a whole of November for cuffing season because that is the next thing that comes up when it comes to God's gift to His Word. So these are different extensions that you have. So you can go over to Podcast Connect Network, meet some of my Podcast Connect Network friends and speakers, and some of them are over there. So, of course, if you haven't gotten a chance to listen to God's gift through His Word, please do go ahead and subscribe, listen, share if you like it. And I hope that you do take a listen to God's gift through His Word, the podcast. And there's some other things that will be coming out and I will let you know as they develop and they start to come and they are out. So until then, I thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget, if you haven't gotten the book, The Gift of Finding God's Love, Guilt and Shame Turned into My Shine, you can purchase it anywhere, Amazon, Walmart.com, and also Barnes and Noble. So if you're interested and you want something to really be able to tell somebody about domestic violence, if they're in it and they want to wonder if they're in it and they don't know, this is something good to give them. And it is a short book. It's a powerful read, and it's not going to take them all day. So definitely encourage that for something that you know. And we know a lot of people going through domestic violence. We may not admit it, but it is an invisible pandemic, which means it is out there and it has gotten worse because of the pandemic. It's gotten worse and it hasn't gone away. So I continue to share about it because I know firsthand what it is, and it can get very deadly very quickly. So, with that, that's the reason I wrote that book, not just for myself, but for the glory of the Lord, to let people know God can bring me out of anything. If He brought me out of domestic violence, He could get you out of it too. You're not alone. So, if you ever are thinking, I don't know, I can't get out of it, you can. You're able to do that. But you have to trust in the Lord, and you have to trust that your mind and your gut is going to lead you to get out of that situation. Okay. So if you happen to be in a toxic, abusive situation, and you might even just have questions, please do call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1 800 799 SAFE, SAFE, and the numerics of that 7233. Please do call and they can assist you in your local area. Okay, so I don't want to leave without giving some kind of resource. So I hope you guys are going to be amazing today, and I'm going to get out of here. So remember that I love you, but the Lord loves you more than I do, immensely way more. So go out there, be amazing. Remember, be blessed, motivated, and always inspired to do what God lays on your heart. Take care and thank you for watching. God bless each and every one of you.